get on my chair. To another what I've watched. Well, oops. Let's just leave that in. To another what I've watched video. And that's thrown me off. I have not watched that much, but I feel like I might have watched more than this. And I've just forgot with being away. So I'm going to film this one. Then we're going to get back on track. I'm going to have updates coming up. Like I've got things that I need to show you that I've bought that are new. I need to, you know, what I'm watching from now on. Keep track again and all stuff like that. So this is what I know I've watched. Yeah, so we're just going to get right into it. So a rewatch for me, probably a rewatch of 50th watch. And you'll know if you saw a different video why I watched this one. It's Sex and the City, the movie. I love this movie. It's very long. How long is this movie? 145 minutes. It's a very long movie. How long is that? Like 2 hours something. Basically I went to New York, as you know, and I went to the library where the whole wedding thing goes on. If you want to hear more about that, I'll put an annotation somewhere. You can click on that video and hear all about me saying about that. But yes, I wanted to watch this, of course. You know, it's set in New York. It's all things like that. So after getting back and being to the actual library where the, you know, some of the movie was shot, I was like, I've got to watch this. Yeah, so I watched it and, you know, again, really loved it. I love it every time. It's just kind of, I don't know, if you haven't even watched the series, I'd recommend you could watch this. But I watched all the series. I think I actually watched this once before watching the series, before watching the whole series. Then I completed the series, finished it all, then watched it again, and it's just better. But yeah, so, you know, I love this movie. So that's that. A lot of these are kind of girly movies. I have been kind of busy, so to put on a movie that's just not have to think about is a lot better than a serious movie. Okay, next one we have is Click with Adam Sandler. This is a rewatch. You know, I've done a lot of rewatching too. This is a rewatch for me. I watched this years ago. I mean, when did it come out anyway? Whenever it was. And I enjoyed it, and I always thought it was a great movie. And then I was like, was that really a great movie, or was I just thinking that? And I watched it, and I started watching it, and I was like, oh god, this is not as good as I thought it was going to be. And then, like, the third act, or like, yeah, probably like the third act on, I was like, oh, this is a good movie. I don't know. It was sad, and it was also uplifting at the end. You feel kind of great and like, yes, after watching this movie. I don't know why. It's kind of stupid, but it's kind of really kind of good. I really don't know even how to, I was watching it like thinking, oh no, this is not what I remember it to be. But then when it ended, I was feeling great. I was like, yes, life is short. Let's, you know, I was like all motivated by the movie. So yeah, if you want a kind of cheesy motivational movie, it's motivational in its ways and it makes you think a bit, but it's a bit stupid, I don't know. Who knows? So I enjoyed it the second time around. I think maybe that must be the second time, yeah. This was another rewatch of a millionth time. This is the first movie I watched when I got back, when I was kind of jet lagged. I just watched something that I've seen a million times and didn't even think about it. I thought, right, put that on because it was right there. So I picked up and put on 13 Going on 30. Much to my realisation, this movie is also set in New York. I was like, ah! Oh, and so is Click. I didn't plan this. I was like, ah! This is Central Park. And I was so excited. I was like, oh, this is great. So that was really cool. But this movie was even better. I love this movie. It's an amazing movie. It's just a great girly movie. And I loved it as a kid. But the soundtrack, it's the soundtrack. It's such a good soundtrack. I love this soundtrack. You know, just can't be a bit of 13 Going on 30 on those days. Okay, now the other day me and Sherry watched this because either it was raining or we just wanted to watch something really chilled out. I can't remember. So I watched Diary of a Wimpy Kid 3, Dog Days. This is probably my least watched of the three. I've seen this before. I watched the first one loads of times, the second one I watched quite a lot. This one I've probably seen, this is probably my third time watching it. And you know, I like this one. It's funny, but as they get older, I guess it's not quite as funny. But, you know, it has some funny moments. I like the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies. I don't know why. I just do. But I recommend the first one quite a lot. I don't know which one I like better, the first, second. I don't know. But, you know, this one's funny. I like it. It's good. It's fine. For what it is. Okay, and then I half watched. This was before I went away, so I don't quite remember. This movie, and I usually don't tell you half watch ones, but I want you guys to know if any of you heard of this, or any of you have seen this, because I've not heard much about it. And it is Proof with Anthony Hopkins, Gwyneth Paltrow and Jake Gyllenhaal. And I love that cast. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal, I like him. Gwyneth Paltrow, really like her. And Anthony Hopkins, I mean, you know. So it's a very interesting movie from the beginning that I've seen, but I'm not sure kind of where it's going. Definitely need to get into this one more. But I just wanted to show it just to see if anyone had actually seen this or heard of it or anything about it. Just wanted to know some thoughts. Next we have another rewatch of a girly movie, and it is What's Your Number. The first time I watched this, I was like, this is going to be stupid. I bought it from the cupboard for like £1, so I was like, right, it's fine. I thought it was going to be really stupid and really kind of cheesy, and then I remember finishing the movie thinking that was pretty good. I really enjoyed it, so I thought, is it going to be good the second time round? And no, it's not really. It's a fine girly movie, but it's not amazing. This guy though, Captain America, you are Captain America, right? Yeah, Captain America, you know, it's kind of a reason more why I'd watch this. But yeah, as for girly movies, it's not terrible. It's kind of up there, I guess, but it's not amazing, but I enjoyed it. Ah, my pile. Next we have a movie that I hadn't seen before, and that is Something's Gotta Give with Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton. This was long. This was the problem I had with this one is that it was kind of overly long, and I was like, oh, like for a romantic movie. I mean, obviously it's an elder romantic movie, but it was kind of long, and I thought it was excessively long. But apart from that, I enjoyed it. Jack Nicholson is great, of course. Diane Keaton, I do like her as well. Basically, Jack Nicholson is like always dating the younger women, and this Diane Keaton is a mother of someone he's dating, and then obviously they meet, and you know, kind of it starts from there. I'm really not good at explaining this, but it was a while ago since I watched it, but I think I would recommend it, but I would go into it knowing that it was, I mean, I think it's like 2 hours long. How long is this? 1:23, yeah. So for the kind of film that it is, I was like, huh. But yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It was cute. Next we have an interesting one, The Iron Lady, and you know, this actually might be my favourite of it. Well, no, Sex and the City movie and 13 Going to 30 I always love, but this one was a great new watch for me. Of course, it's about Margaret Thatcher. I don't think I'm going to really express much opinion about the situation because I know it's very mixed, whether people liked Thatcher or not liked Thatcher, so I don't really want to get into the whole thing, but I didn't know that much. I mean, I obviously wasn't around, so I didn't know tons about her. I knew things about her in bits and bobs, but I didn't know, you know, an excessive amount. So this was really, really interesting to watch, and I've heard a lot of people say they don't like it because basically it's set, she's then older and has, does she have dementia, or is it, maybe it is or maybe it's not, I'm not sure exactly what anyway, she's a lot older, and Dennis, her husband, has died at this point, and it's kind of her being older dealing with that, and the way that it shows the story of Margaret Thatcher is it's through flashbacks and things like that, and I really enjoyed it, but it is a lot about her and Dennis and their relationship as well as then her coming into power, and it's kind of really takes you through the whole thing, and I really, really enjoyed this, and I don't know if that many people do, so you know, Meryl Streep obviously is amazing, and you know, I enjoyed this one a lot. Definitely check this out if you haven't already. Or if you don't know much about Margaret Thatcher and maybe want to know a bit more about her, if you maybe learn about her or something, this is, again, I don't know how exactly correct it is, because say I've heard something and it shows it in here and goes into more detail about it, I don't know if those details are correct or not, so I'm not exactly sure on that aspect of it, but as for a movie, you know, I enjoyed this, it was definitely good. So I think you should watch that one, guys. Next we have one with Dennis Quaid, and it is The Rookie. No, I didn't say The Rocky, The Rookie. Dennis Quaid is a baseball coach. I wanted to buy a baseball while I was in America, but I didn't. He's a baseball coach, and it's one of those inspirational, you can do it type of things. He's got kids, he's married, he then wants to become a baseball player, but everyone's like, oh, you're too old, but he's pretty good, and it's a true story. Is that right? Is this a true story? I think it is. If not, it's probably based on a true story. But yeah, it's one of those inspirational sports movies, and I'm not a big sports fan, but I love these inspirational sports movies somehow. I'm like, yes, go! So that was kind of exciting. I liked that one. Another rewatch, we have The Switch with Jennifer Aniston and Jason Bateman. I liked this movie the first time I saw it, and that little kid is so cute. The little kid in this guy, he is so cute. I just love him. You know, basically Jennifer Aniston wants to have a kid but doesn't have a husband, so she gets a sperm donor. This is her best friend. Something goes down, and he ends up kind of being the sperm guy with, you know, so this kid then is his, and they kind of, she obviously doesn't know that. If I give this away, no, then that's the whole point of the story, I'm pretty sure, of The Switch, yeah. She doesn't know that, and it's all about, you know, that's it from there. It's a comedy, I guess it's a romantic comedy. It's very cute, very fun, very light. I love the little kid in it though, he's so cute. And And finally, another rewatch of a movie that first time I watched it, I did not like the movie. I was like, oh no, nice. But I absolutely love the film New Year's Eve. Watch it pretty much every year around New Year's Eve. I love that movie. Don't know why, I just do. So I give this another chance. And it is Valentine's Day. So, I still didn't really like it. The best bit about this movie was the end. The very end. Or that the last, not even the last quarter was fine. When it all kind of starts coming together, I guess so if you just watch the end you wouldn't really understand, but anyway, the end when it starts coming together and stuff, that's the bit I like. And I was like, oh, some moments there were sweet and nice. But apart from that, the movie, I just didn't like it very much. I don't know why I don't like this. I mean, other people, I think, like romantic comedies like it, and I'm not a hater on movies like that. If a movie's, I can just accept that I'm not going to have to think and it'll just be funny and fine, but this one, I just don't like it. I don't know why. So, the cast, you know, I like the cast. Loads of these people I'm big fans of, but I just can't get into this one. New Year's Eve is far superior than this. And New Year's Eve isn't even that great, but I just like that one. The end, though, was sweet, but apart from that, So yeah, that's what I've watched. A lot of just bits and bobs, I guess you would say. So there we go. That is what I've been watching. I will be watching more serious things for the next one, and a lot more like newer releases that I've really got to catch up on, and all stuff like that. So yeah, guys, that's what I've watched. I know, sorry, it was kind of a girly watch. But yeah, recommendations of these. I would recommend watching Sex and the City for sure if you haven't seen that. 13 Going to 30, even whether you're a guy or not, I think you should watch that. The Iron Lady, watch that one. And they're probably my 3 top recommendations. The Rookie was pretty good if you like those kind of movies. I would recommend it. It was enjoyable, but yeah. So those are the ones that I would recommend out of these bunch. And yeah, I'll see you next time, guys, for another What I've Watched video when I'll have a pile bigger, so I remember what I've been doing. Yes, thanks for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up this video if you like seeing these What I've Watched videos and want to see more of them and more frequent. Subscribe if you haven't already, or if you are a newbie, and I'll see you then, peeps. Goodbye!